What is going on, guys? Andrew Hayes here, back with another review, and today I'm reviewing Thor Ragnarok, which stars Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Tom Hiddleston as Loki, and Kate Blanchett as Hela, the goddess of death. And it is directed by Taika Waititi. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And he directed What We Do in the Shadows and Hunt for the Wilder People. And this is the third movie in the Thor franchise, and honestly, it's the best out of the three. I mean, the first one was fine. I'm not too big of a fan of the second one, but this one is clearly the best out of the three. I had so much fun watching this movie, and I not only do I love Chris Hemsworth and Loki in this movie, I love some of the other supporting people, like Mark Ruffalo's in this movie. So I think he does a fantastic job. Jeff Goldblum's in it, and he does a really good job as well. And you obviously have Anthony Hopkins is in this, and Idris Elba's in this, and they do a really good job. And Carl Urban's in this and also does a very good job. But in particular, I think the standouts for me are obviously Thor and Loki. And I really liked Hulk. But if I were talking about a standout of new characters, I would say either probably Jeff Goldblum I really liked, and Tessa Thompson was really good in this too, and I really enjoyed her. Now, a big problem with the MCU movies is the villains. They're either bland, they're not interesting enough. And I will say this, I really liked Kate Blanchett's performance, and I don't dislike Hela. But I do have a big problem because I feel like there was a lot of potential for her to be great, and I just thought she was good, and I wanted her to be great, and I don't think she was as good as she could have been, and she should have been. And I think the big problem with that is there's Thor is on pretty much the other side of I guess the galaxy, and he's trapped, and in the trailers you see him fighting Hulk, and he's stuck up doing that, while Hela is over in Asgard, taking it over, because Ragnarok is the destruction of Asgard, and they were cutting back and forth between that, and not that I disliked the stuff that was going on in Asgard, but I was more interested in the stuff that was going on with Thor and Hulk and Jeff Goldblum's character, and they would cut back to the stuff going on in Asgard, and I'm just like, I kind of just want to see Thor and Hulk and all those guys. And not saying that, the stuff in Asgard wasn't done well. It just wasn't interesting enough for me to, it just wasn't interesting enough to me. And I think they could have made that more interesting. And I think because of that, it really made Kate Blanchett. It really, I guess, hindered her a little bit because they could have, because she gives her backstory as this big through exposition, which I didn't necessarily mind. It was fine, but I thought they just could have done that a little bit better, and it would have made me care more about what was happening on Asgard, because that's the main thing, and but I do like it. There was one thing that happened with Loki in this movie that I go, why would they do this with Loki? But then they kind of fix it later on, so that's something else I have a problem with. But it wasn't too bad, because I feel like they did end up fixing it later on. But I really, really love the tone and the look and the color of this movie. It was really funny. There was one joke. I'm not going to spoil it because it was just such a fantastic joke. But they do reference something in Avengers that Loki mentioned something that happened in Avengers to him, and I just died because that's probably my favorite joke in the movie, and it was hilarious. I think Taika Waititi did a fantastic job directing it. I think he really got what Thor was about and really did a great job in this movie. He actually voices one of the characters in this movie, and I can't think of the name for the life of me. But I think he was honestly a pretty much comic relief character, and I think he did a very good job with it. I would love, I mean, after this, I would love to see him do more, not just Thor movies, but maybe more MCU movies, because, you had the Russo brothers who were doing, they did Winter Soldier and Civil War, and now they're going on to do the new Avengers Infinity War movie. So maybe, Taika Waititi could go on and do some more MCU movies. But either way, I think I just want to see more of this guy in general. I mean, I did not get to see What We Do in the Shadows, but I did see Hunt for the Wilder People, and I loved Hunt for the Wilder People. And, I hear nothing but great things for What We Do in the Shadows. And Thor Ragnarok was really, really good. So, I just want to see more of this guy, And if I were to, give it a rating, it would probably be, I would say a 9 out of 10. This was a really good movie. This really, I think, further cements why this year is one of the better comic book movies here in recent memory, The only one I really think that this can compete with, in terms of when discussing best year for a comic book movie, maybe 2008 and maybe 2014. But we'll see. I mean, I need a little bit more time to think about that. But anyway, be on the lookout for my Justice League review. I did see that, and I will be doing a review on that pretty soon. But until next time, guys, please comment, like, subscribe, do all the kind of fun stuff. Let me know what you think about Thor Ragnarok. Let me know, did you like, do you think Hela was a good character? Do you think that, this is the best one out of the, the Thor movies? Do you want to see more Thor movies? Do you want to see Taika Waititi do more MCU movies? Please let me know. And until next time, guys, have a nice day.